What's up, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. Got an NFL fact here for you that I think you're all going to enjoy. The Denver Broncos making up for last week's offensive outing in London, one that almost got them arrested for how offensive it was.
I thought this was America! Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry, I thought this was America!
And then making up for the first 3 quarters of this one too, made some NFL history this week. So just for kicks, let's see what Knicks and the boys got up to in Mile High on Sunday. In the month of Halloween, just in time, these two teams combined for quite the thriller, to say the least. But it didn't start that way, as much like the Philadelphia Eagles game that we covered a couple of weeks ago, the Broncos found themselves trailing heading into the fourth quarter. This time down 19 with 15 minutes left to go. Those 19 points scored via Jackson Dart and his 2 touchdown passes, the first one going to a wide open, and I mean wide open, Daniel Bellinger. Then another to everyone's favorite wild boy, Cam Skattebo, who rumbled, bumbled, and tumbled his way into the end zone, making sure to correct some pads once he got in there. And the final score before the fourth quarter was a no-touch, 31-yard walk-in for Tyrone Tracy Jr. in his first game back. Not looking good for the Broncos would be an understatement at that point. But again, the Broncos found life in the fourth quarter with their backs against the proverbial wall. First, bouncing back with their first score of the day, which was a 2-yard touchdown pass to Courtland Sutton delivered by Bo Nix, which was actually popped up and somehow completed to Troy Franklin, who caught it keeping both feet in for the score. The Broncos going on to get the 2-point conversion as well with a pass to, this time, actually Courtland Sutton, who got it, which at the time was important, as it got the Broncos on the board and gave them some momentum, but it also prevented what could have been their first shutout in their 66-year franchise history.
Well, I was thinking about how I was going to answer questions if we got shut out.
Then, just as quick as they got that momentum, the already thin Mile High air got sucked right out of the stadium, as Theo Johnson, on a miraculous tip drill catch off of a dart thrown pass, caught the football and raced down the sideline for a 41-yard 6-pointer. So again, the Broncos were done, right? Down 18 with 10 minutes to go? You'd think, but hold your horses, folks.
I didn't hear no bell.
As they weren't quitting, not today. Not with not only their honor at stake, but the honor of the 10th anniversary 50th Super Bowl champion team on the line. Never once saying die in Mile High, as they came back on their second drive of the fourth quarter, and with a Bo Nix 7-yard scramble got another score to cut the lead to just 12. Following that up with yet another 2-point conversion, this time finding Troy Franklin in the back of the end zone for 2. And yes, this time he was the intended target. So with the Broncos down 10 with only 5 minutes and 13 seconds left, it was looking a lot more doable, but still uncertain. That was until the defense finally showed up themselves, coming away with a huge interception by Justin Stranad, who was able to advance the ball 21 yards up the field to the New York Giants 19 before being taken down. The Broncos capitalizing with a Bo Nix 2-yard pass to rookie RJ Harvey, who backed it in for 6, cutting the lead to only 3 after Will Lutz made the extra point. Then, after a 3-and-out, the Broncos coming back again with another Bo Nix rushing touchdown, this time on a QB sweep to the left, which he took 19 yards and in for the score. Them now, somehow, taking a 4-point lead over New York with their defense ready to close it out. I mean, that's what they were built for, right? Playing with the lead with that pass rush and those DBs, I mean, come on. It had to be all she wrote, right? But nope again, as with a pair of costly penalties, and a third that really didn't matter in the grand scheme of things, as well as some yards allowed, the Giants advanced to the Denver 1-yard line where Dart, upon further review, scored a rushing touchdown to retake the lead that they held almost all game, with only 33 seconds left on the clock. Then, all thanks to a Jude McAdamy missed extra point, along with his other missed point after attempt from earlier in the game, and a failed 2-point conversion attempt to make up for the first extra point miss, all the Broncos needed was just a field goal to win the game. And that's when Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos offense put the weight of their celebratory day on their back and shouldered that weight with a valiant effort, as Bo Nix fired a pass to Courtland Sutton, which found itself overthrown and actually in the arms of Marvin Mims for 29 yards in the middle of the field, before they rushed down the field to clock it, catching previously injured Brian Burns with an offsides penalty. And then Nix found his favorite target, or his favorite intended target, the ever so reliable Courtland Sutton, who was this time the one to actually catch it for a 22-yarder, which put the former understudy of Demaryius Thomas at exactly 88 receiving yards on the day that the Broncos were honoring number 88 Demaryius.
This one was with my baby man. This one was with
and also put them in perfect position for Will Lutz to kick them home. And that he did, nailing the 39-yard game winner as time expired. The Broncos coming away with an improbably massive win, 33-32. So after that recap, here's the history that accompanied it. The Denver Broncos snapped a streak of 1,602 games, won by the team leading by 18 plus points with 6 minutes or under remaining in the game, then becoming the first team since their former quarterback and Super Bowl 50 champion Peyton Manning did it with the Indianapolis Colts in 2003 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, overcoming a 21-point deficit with 5 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in a Week 5 Monday night game. The Broncos, though, becoming the first to do so in regulation, as the Colts got theirs in overtime. Those two teams, though, being the only teams to accomplish it since at least the 1970 NFL-AFL merger, as teams who hold that type of lead with that amount of time are now 3,677 wins to only 2 losses. That being one of their previous quarterbacks, but their current quarterback, Bo Nix, showed up when it mattered most and is now the first player in league history to record 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns in a single quarter. The only one ever in any quarter, not just the 4th, which I gotta tell ya was crazy to me to read that. You'd think someone would have done it by now, but no. Bo Nix is that one guy. And in doing so, their offense scoring the same or more points in the 4th quarter alone than 26 other teams did this week, which is crazy, as the Denver Broncos now have the most points scored by a team in NFL history after getting shut out through 3 quarters, and are now tied for the 2nd most points ever scored in a 4th quarter. So, for the Giants, that's a rough one. But heads up, you guys, you still scored 32 against a great defense, without your top receiver, I might add, and have a young core to build around for the future. It's gonna hit its bumps, you're gonna receive your lumps, but things are still looking up for you. For the Broncos, though, on the day that they were honoring Demaryius Thomas with his Ring of Fame induction, as well as Ronnie Hillman and the rest of that 2015 Broncos Super Bowl winning team, they proved their resiliency, coming through in the clutch as they were able to get the win at the very end, on a drive that started with 33 seconds left and ended with them scoring their 33rd point to win the game, in which they were honoring Demaryius Thomas, who unfortunately passed away at age 33. Wow.
This one's for Demaryius Thomas.
So with that miraculous mile-high magic, the Broncos advance to 5-2 and for now sit atop the AFC West.
Go America. Go America. Go Broncos. Yeah, go Broncos. Yeah.
So there's you a good lesson right there. No matter how far you are behind, you just gotta believe. You, though, can sit atop a seat at nearly any event you wish to attend by using SeatGeek, a proud sponsor of SVTV and the world's best ticketing app and website. With their state-of-the-art seating chart, you might just want to keep coming back yourself with how awesome it is. And to make sure you don't walk away with too giant of a loss, just use code SVTV for $20 off of your first ticket purchase, and don't you miss out on watching something worth seeing anymore. Alright, I love you guys, I appreciate you guys, I'll see you in the next one, and peace out.
Bo, congratulations on the win. What an insane game. How would you just describe that fourth quarter and the finish to this one?
Well, I feel bad for the people that left early. A complete team effort in the fourth quarter. It was really bad there for a point. The morale was low on the sideline, but guys never quit. Took a few plays, and then next thing you know, Will Lutz is kicking a game winner, and man, I can't believe it. I haven't really had one like that, so that's a first for me, but I love our team.